Welcome to the newsletter. Russia responds to proposal for peace talks with Ukraine. On Channel HT New, the Kremlin says Russia is ready to respond to the French president's call to start a peace process in Ukraine, but Moscow does not see a path to the negotiating table at the moment. France Inter Radio on Tuesday that he believes efforts to find a diplomatic solution to the conflict between Russia and Ukraine need to be accelerated in the coming weeks. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov said Macron also confirmed his readiness to continue talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin in an effort to find ways to prevent conflict. Lavrov had a brief meeting with the French president at the G20 summit in Indonesia on November 15. Asked to comment on Macron's push for talks, Kremlin spokesman Peskov said, "We don't really see the path to the negotiating table now. Ukraine does not want to negotiate. Therefore, Russia's plan will continue to be carried out through the continuation of the special military operation in Ukraine," Peskov said. Meanwhile, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz also said at the G20 summit that he will continue to talk with President Putin to find a solution to the Ukraine crisis. "Such exchanges are important," he said. In an online speech at the G20 summit this week, Ukrainian President Zelensky outlined a 10-point peace formula to end the conflict with Russia. Proposals include ensuring nuclear and radiological security, food and energy security, release all prisoners, comply with the Charter of the United Nations, restore the territorial integrity of Ukraine and the world order. Russia must withdraw its troops and cease hostilities, avoid escalation of tensions, and pay reparations for war damage. Although he signaled his willingness to negotiate, Zelensky also stressed that Ukraine would not compromise on independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity in order to achieve peace. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov said that the peace talks offered by Ukraine were unrealistic and incomplete. He also warned, "We have repeatedly stated that we do not refuse to negotiate. If anyone does this, it is Ukraine. The more they refuse to negotiate, the harder it will be to find common ground." Russian President Vladimir Putin recently emphasized that Moscow is ready to wait until Kiev accepts negotiations, but then the attached conditions also change depending on the situation. The Russian Foreign Ministry said on November 14 that Moscow did not accept the previous terms related to Ukraine, especially the request to withdraw troops from the country. Last week, Russia announced the withdrawal of troops from the city of Kherson, sending forces to defend on the east bank of the Dnipro River. Western officials consider this a big step backwards for Russia after more than half a year of controlling this strategic land. The Ukrainian leader believes that Russia's withdrawal can be seen as the beginning of an end to the conflict. Russia took control of most of Kherson province in southern Ukraine in March this year. Moscow appointed a new government in Kherson and officially announced the annexation of the province last month after a controversial referendum. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel, share to support and update the latest videos from the HT News channel.